I wanted to take a minute to clarify what cooperative learning is for you. It's another one of those educational buzzwords that you probably hear thrown around a lot, and you'll read a lot about it, but just to give you the basics, cooperative learning is not this. Get a buddy and write a paper and turn it in. The reason that's not cooperative learning is because it's not structured. If, as a teacher, I said that, one of the two might do all the work. Well, realistically, one of the two will do more of the work. And that doesn't show me that both of them deserve the same grade. So in cooperative learning, it's structured so that everyone has a job, everyone depends on one another, but your grade doesn't depend on if so-and-so cooperates or helps. I think it's a great teaching strategy. I think it's especially good for language learners and early childhood educators because those young children and those kids learning to speak English need to talk. They need to practice speaking English and speaking correctly and bouncing ideas off of one another. I think it really benefits middle and high school students too because they can be so self-conscious that they don't want to speak out in class and they don't want to be the smart one. They don't want to be made fun of. They don't want to be the dumb one. So to know if they're really understanding, you put them in groups of 2 or 3 and have them discuss something and walk around and listen to what they're saying. It'll provide valuable insight for you as a teacher. It'll let you know what they're understanding, what they're not understanding, and what you need to work on. I hope that you find cooperative learning, all of this information, beneficial and applicable, and I hope that when you become teachers, you find ways to integrate it across the board. You can use cooperative learning to teach social skills, to teach mastery of content. For example, if you're teaching math, you can have a worksheet where 2 partners work on it together. I solve a problem, my partner solves a problem, and then we swap, and we probably have all done this sometime in school, and we check each other, and then we do another problem and we swap. A big part of cooperative learning is praising one another and using those social skills that tactfully help students put into words how their partner can do better or what they did wrong. And sometimes when students explain to one another, the other student will understand it better than if you're trying to explain it to the student. So to go back a little bit, to take a few steps back, it can be used for social skills. It can be used for mastery of content. Cooperative learning can be used for higher order thinking skills. You can pose discussion questions and you can have 2 or 3 students discussing it at the same time rather than one student at a time bouncing ideas off the teacher. So those are just a few ways you can use it. You'll find all kinds of structures. Kagan is the big cooperative learning guru, but Kagan structures, there's like hundreds of them you can use and adapt to all kinds of content. So keep this in your teacher file folder for ideas for when you start doing lesson plans because it can really come in handy and help keep students engaged and change up the pace. If you're just lecturing and doing worksheets all the time, I think you'll lose a lot of students no matter what you're teaching or where you're teaching or who you're teaching. But if you can change it up and stop every once in a while and even just say, tell your neighbor what you've learned, or put this into your own words, you can really keep students engaged and help them solidify the content. If they have to say it out loud, it's been proven that we learn the most when we have to teach something. So if you can have students teaching one another, if you can take the time to do that, you'll find great gains in your student achievement. So good luck with the assignments associated with cooperative learning, and I hope that once again you can use this in your future.